Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. Today I would like to give you a short 5-minute rundown on the patch 12.12 that just came out last night. Firstly, TFT turns 3 today, and so Riot Games has offered us a birthday gift that you can unlock by playing 3 matches. Moving on to serious business, let's start with a change on the Treasure Dragon. This basically means that there is no shop refresh between 4.7 and 5.1. This translates to the fact that you will not get additional gold or benefit from a shop reroll in between the two, like it used to be before. The pace of combat change basically means that there is a reduction in the health or shield across the board, affecting bruisers, guardians, downbringer mirages, and shapeshifters. The trait changes mostly affect assassins that have been nerfed, cannoneers buffed on 3 cannoneers and up, legends buffed, rage wings nerfed from 6 rage wings, and a bigger nerf at 9 rage wings, which also impacts your omnivamp. Swift shots nerfed for swift shot 2 and 4, and shimmer scales, which have been buffed. This patch seems to be most generous with the shimmer scale touch-ups, who now get 4 items instead of 3 at shimmer scale 7. Also, Gambler's Blade has been buffed, and the payout from Draven's Axe and Heart of Gold have been nerfed. Moving on to individual units, patch 12.12 has not been kind to tier 1 units such as Karma, Set, Ezreal, and Heimerdinger. Set and Ezreal are just impacted by a slight damage reduction, while Heimerdinger has been nerfed all over. They've touched on his mana, damage, and stun. Karma has also received a damage reduction, however her splash damage has been adjusted to hit clumped up targets better. This means that we need to be a little bit more careful in how we position against her. Tamkench has been slightly reworked to deal damage based on the next 3 attacks that hit him, however his shield has been reduced at level 3. Leona and Nidalee have slightly been nerfed. Tier 2 concerns only Shen, who gets a small mana nerf and an attack speed buff. For small changes, Jinx has slightly been buffed, and Nami took a further blow to her max mana. These changes also mentioned Thresh and his interaction with Cavaliers, who can now be hooked as opposed to the previous patch. This allows for better positioning against him, so it may be a slight nerf. Tier 3, Anivia receives a slight buff across all levels, whereas Nunu becomes stronger at level 3. In terms of small changes, it is also worth to mention that Lulu takes a little bit of a hit in her max mana department, and Ryze takes a hit at his base health. Lee Sin has received a damage buff, but his mana cap has been nerfed. Diana takes orb damage nerfs, however, the way that the orbs interact with her shield has now been fixed, and so she may still be viable. Zoe also sees a nerf in her ability damage. Olaf does see a nerf as far as his base attack damage is concerned. This does impact Olaf 2 and Olaf 3 more, as leveling up benefits from a percentage increase from the base stat. Sylas has also been reworked slightly to benefit Mage Sylas and to nerf non-Mage Sylas. He is now required to cast twice in order to mana reave, however, deals damage in a larger area. Volibear is the tier 3 star of this patch, with a huge buff in his base attack speed and health and damage buffs on his ability activation. Tier 4, Corki has been slightly adjusted so that his ability always explodes rather than just flying off the map if it doesn't hit. Deja has also been reworked to integrate her passive from the ability into just her passive. Now she starts with no base mana, however her base mana limit has been reduced. Her on-hit wave damage as well as her magic resist reduction have also been increased. Talon has benefited from a bug fix and his damage has been adjusted. Tier 5, in terms of small nerfs, to Yasuo's 3rd cast damage and to Zoe's Tornado, however, a small location buff to Zoe's Daisy, who can now be used as a frontliner. Shyvana sees a rework. She gets less damage on ability cast, however her ability is more reliable, lasts longer, and burns harder. In terms of items, there are small nerfs to Deathblade and some Radiant items. In terms of augments, we see nerfs on Ludens, Golden Egg, Scorch, Second Wind, Meditation, and Titanic Strength, together with Ascension. We see buffs on Reckless Spending and Essence Theft, together with Binary Airdrop, which now also adds a component. There are changes in Build Different, which now also scales differently, and True 2s, which now give 1 tier 1 and 1 tier 2 2-star champions. A last noteworthy change is the reintroduction of the Astral Emblem, which cannot be picked up from the carousel, however it can be dropped around throughout the game. Scale scores 2, see a nerf, and Warrior's attack damage is increased at Warrior 6. That's pretty much all for the patch notes. And what does it all mean? I guess we have to play and see. If I may chip in, I think that the general health reduction may make Cavaliers a bit more interesting to play because of their bonus stats that they receive. I think Guardians will still be viable regardless of their shield reduction, especially as frontline in the early game. With the Cannoneer trait buffed, with Corki adjusted so that his ability now always explodes, increasing the chance of dealing splash damage even if it does not directly hit. So with a Corki buff, with Jinx also receiving a small buff on her mana cap, and with the rework of Tahm Kench to make him more reliable in terms of frontline damage output, I think we may be seeing more Cannoneers. Anivia, Voybear, Shimmer Scale buffs together with the buff on Legends may allow for some interesting Shimmer Scale comps. Will Diana and Olaf still be viable? Will Deja be seen in more comps? Will Astros make a comeback? What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment box below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so that you are notified for more TFT related content. Bye!